Ladies and gentlemen, here at GCS. Ugi just wanted to tell us something, but yeah. The race is on! Who's gonna be the best Night Elf in the world? Foggy is already ranked 6 at least. Life has to win now again, as well, to equalize that. Otherwise he falls down to the lower bracket, and his opponent there would be a human. And we have seen that the humans are very strong against Night Elf recently, but his opponent is 1-2-0. The champion, the current reigning and defending champion, of course, on a mission to be the first player to win this tournament twice. And the first player to win it twice in a row, obviously.
Yeah. It's going to be really rough for Life. 1-0 is just crazy strong against Night Elf. The entire matchup on the highest pro level seems to be pretty damn hard for the Night Elves. That being said, though, Remind, with a lot of aggression recently against WFZ, showed a different approach to this. Not, panda, hang back, creep up and wait for the Frost Rims to hit you, but rather go for the aggression yourself and try to kill those undead units before they reach that dangerous tier 3 state.
Before we go into the match, I think we have a little more time here. We have a few new subscribers. Thank you, Home Exodus, Zoo Banana, Krisa87 for an incredible streak of 37 months. He was the first and he's still with us, never letting that streak down. Zebra Surgeon, Schnitzel Lord for 7 months. And game invites are coming, so I'm a little distracted here. There we go. Plus Reniyaku for 3 months. Of course, if you subscribe, you will get the replays. The first package has already been sent out, and I hope I can follow it up with a new one after today. And of course, you don't get any commercials.
So, 1-0 against Life. Life really surprised me that he made it through in first place. Over Fly, of course. But that's a different matchup entirely. I really was sure that he was, feeling the pressure offline. At least he's saying,
right?
At least he's saying that he doesn't get nervous in the slightest.
Yeah, the results underline that.
Yeah, I really remember when he was at WCA China vs Korea Clan War, and he was so shy when they were holding the mic in front of him. He was like, "Oh no, I can't talk to you." That was quite a while ago, though. There was, yeah.
Yeah, what was it? It wasn't Mo Cup.
1 year ago?
Yeah. It wasn't Mo Cup, but some other tournament where he made it to the final against TH. It was basically the same on stage, but yeah, he's more friendly and I think a little troll against the other players here and there. There might be a little advantage for him, as we heard rumors that 1-0 might have consumed a little alcohol yesterday and stayed up pretty late. So maybe he's not in the best shape. And he had to be here at 2:30 for an interview, so he couldn't sleep that long.
True.
By the way, we asked Remind about the 55555 thing. Was just a misclick. Like something wasn't working, so there was no reason behind there.
No drama, unfortunately, guys. I know you were looking for it, but it was just him spamming the group.
Yes. So, the two youngest players in this tournament will collide here, by the way. 1-0, 20 years old, Life's 19 years old. And Romantic is the third youngest with 21 years old. He will play TH in the last winner bracket quarterfinal today, right after this series.
That's, of course, not all for today. We still have 2 lower bracket games to go through as well. Here is the champion. 1-0. Will he be defending his title? He has been very consistent for very long, has been winning a lot of online cups as well. But against Infi, he was showing some weakness.
It was. Against Human, this was always the matchup he struggled with the most. Of course, it was a 50-50 versus Orc, but it's basically, well, the World Elite is trading wins at Orc versus Undead, 1-0, WFZ, Fly, and Lin. Just everybody has a 50-50 win rate there. Against Human, he struggled for the longest time. And maybe for his tournament lives, it was good that we had Lin coming back so strong, Fly are becoming so strong against Human as well. He benefited a lot from that. We see his results here, 2-0 over Orc Worker, 0-2 against Infi, and 2-0 over Colorful. So he never had to go to a third map in this tournament. Life might be the first one to bring him there.
And how is he looking? Is he looking a little hungover? He is looking a little hungover, right?
Yes.
Maybe he's just closing his eyes for concentration.
There's no cup of noodles this time. So last time at GCS, he always brought a cup of noodles to the booth to eat a little before the game. Todd, by the way, said eating before games is not good because you lack concentration then if your stomach is busy.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Blood runs into the stomach, out of your brain perhaps. And maybe you just feel, you know, like a little too relaxed, like, a little too chill.
There's Life. The youngest player in this tournament. Night Elf Hope from China, together with Colorful.
You can't see his fingernails here.
The claws of attack.
But they're pretty long. If he was holding up his hands, like, you know, just changing the direction of his fingers, maybe you would see them.
Yeah, it's crazy how he developed in 1 year.
He really looks a lot older than last year. Finally, puberty is hitting him. Took long enough.
It's basically the same for 1-0. It's crazy that we see Warcraft players grow up still in the scene. Really, really nice to follow their development.
Mentioning one surprising result recently, by the way, was the young guy being defeated by the grandpa, that was Lucifer, over 1-0. Still can't believe he won that, man.
Life's group stage defeated, what was it? Hawk and Fly 2-1 and 2-0. Still wrong there, I think. So 1-0 is the best GCS player in history. 2 silver medals, 1 gold medal in the 3 episodes we had. Lost the grand finals against Infi 3-1, lost against Fly 3-1, but last time in the fall or in winter it was a 3-2 win over Lin with more than 500,000 people tuning into Chinese streams for the grand final. His matchup versus Night Elf is unbelievably good, 80% win rate. It's the highest in competitive Warcraft. No player against no matchup has a better win rate.
Yeah, and it's not like it's just 5 instances there being recorded. 66 to 17 maps, so this is not a small sample size.
That's right. We see the bracket for the group once again, or for the playoffs. Still stuck in the group stage in my head. Foggy and Infi are waiting in the winner bracket semis. Who's gonna face TH or Romantic? Life versus 1-2-0 about to begin. You hear the games, here they are. The tail of the tape is up as I am loading up the game.
And yeah, defeating, like, I think this is the hardest matchup, or this is the hardest match you can go up against or have to play as a professional player. Being Night Elf against 1-2-0. This is, I can't remember the last time he lost a series. Yes, he loses a map here and there, of course. He is human after all. But taking a series from 1-0, gonna be rough. There's only very few good Night Elf maps. There's Terranar Stand, but that's most likely vetoed. We kind of glossed over the vetoes. We're going to Amazonia first. That's a decent Night Elf map. You're gonna have quick Demon Hunter progress. Level 3 shouldn't be too hard to accomplish, especially considering that 1-0 is not like WFZ. It's not gonna be super up in your face. If this is the Warden now, no.
Your predictions have been bad yesterday.
I still can't believe it was a Warden yesterday, man.
Today you're pretty much on point. Even guessing the items right, man. That basically never happens to you.
Sometimes I'm lucky.
So 1-0 specialty here, getting level 3 on the DK super early. Prioritizing creeping for the level 2 coil. Also mercenary camp snipes on the Renegade Wizard, using the skeletons to lure out the other creeps, then coil and the second skeleton attacking the Renegade for the big item there and big experience, and of course access to a few mercs if necessary, if he needs heal, for example. Live playing with something with an Infi account. Ugri, can you find out what Live account is saying? It's Infi. Would be nice to know. Ugri, our reporter, is asking now. So, of course, if you're nervous, there might be a deny on one of those creeps. He says he's not nervous, but we'll see about that. First experience. And there was a deny.
There was. one of the rogue dudes was denied. So maybe the nerves are finally getting to him. Then again, of course, a mistake like that can happen sometimes, but it's not supposed to.
Moving
obviously.
out immediately with 3 ghouls, 1-0 is.
But going for creeping, not for the aggression. And he could have detonated right there. Could have detonated to kill 2 of those skeletons. Didn't do it though. He saw this. He's going to be moving in for the attack. We have Slippers of Agility. Okay for the Lich, but the Demon would have loved them. But the Demon here only with the Cloak and the Ring. Those are the 2 worst items he could have found.
True that. Here's a little harass. Of course, the more hits you get on through the DK, the better it is. And moving out with 3 ghouls, man. This interesting creep route, leaving the laboratory for later. Life's account says Infi should be the champion, or must be the champion, must become the champion, something like that. Very interesting to wish the championship to another player.
That sounds very kiss-assy. Maybe they're just friends. And it's
maybe it's trolling.
Maybe it's a bit of an inside joke as well. We don't really know. Alright, Demon Hunter walking into surround almost, but this is only 3 ghouls. I think he can fight out of that surround should he find himself in one. Still though, gonna retreat a little further back. We have 5 ghouls in the middle of the map. This is decent aggression potential, but not so scary as 7 or maybe even 8 might be. And he's really going to try to get into this round by the looks of it. He's gonna get the first blood of Amazonia with this ghoul kill. And now he can't even get around anymore. Good detonate, got rid of the wisp, but this archer block was not successful, so he saves the other ghoul. And there's no boots of speed on this Demon Hunter. Not yet anyways. So chasing those down, almost impossible against the aura.
Alright, gets the archer. Boom, there it is. Coil available, so the mana burns should start. He gets almost the surround again. Life is losing quite a bit of HP here early on. Plus the archer, okay, trade archer for a ghoul. I think still favors the Night Elf as you rotate out the archers fairly early, and the ghouls are still necessary as meat shield in the later stages of the game.
Demon does have the boots now, by the way. Makes everything a little bit easier.
Yeah, especially escaping from those surrounds.
Yeah.
For the second time, we see the Huntress Hall in front of the Moonwells. We saw it from Shishi already. Very weird positioning, very accessible. I wonder what's the reason for that.
And the next Slippers of Agility, the Demon Hunter would have loved those.
Lich will be happy, it's a little more attack speed.
Yeah, definitely Mantle would have been better. By the way, 5 ghouls in the main for WZ. This is so much lumber.
1-2-0, you mean?
Yes, 1-2-0, I mean. So he's gonna be able to rush tier 3, the Lich, and maybe even the Slaughterhouse immediately.
Okay, sells the Slippers, gets a new Rod of Necromancy for it, of course. Much more value in that item. 8 skeletons to support him, and he is their master. He's kind of like the Necromancer, how great he is with those skeletons. Scouting, last hitting. We haven't seen big lasts from him this tournament yet, though, but he's very famous for it.
And this is the nice thing about Amazonia. Pretty easy to find this level 3. Demon Hunter is very close now. Actually, this one might be getting denied with the coil. Oh, he doesn't have the mana. Okay, so no steal here. But Demon, yeah, only around 30 away from the level 2 mana burn, which is of course so powerful.
There is a Pendant Brewmaster for life. So we wanted to go into the late game. There is a Slaughterhouse coming, Mantle of Intelligence and Claws of Attack for 1-2-0, and the Lich will be incredibly happy about it. Prioritizing Slaughterhouse and Black Citadel over the Lich so far. Now he has level 3, and I think the production of the Lich will start right away.
Nice sentry ward positioning, by the way, for life. He steals one of those creeps here, but the Demon is already level 3, not the craziest pick-off here. Is he gonna get the archer here? Perhaps. Oh, nice block from life!
Really good.
Keeping their sister alive there.
Yeah, more and more free hits on this DK. He definitely needs a statue, and I still don't see a Lich.
Yeah, he easily had the resources for
he has
quite
the
a while
resources,
now.
he has free supply.
Maybe he thinks the Lich is just gonna be irrelevant because I don't want to go creeping. I only want to have him once I have tier 3, but
Sacrificial Pit over Lich.
he's gonna go Fiend and Statue over Lich. There we go. Now he cancels the Fiend, so it's a bit of macro mistakes going on for the Undead. Or indecision.
Yeah, or there is a reason for it that we are not aware, and he's just a few levels ahead of us again. He revolutionized this race, so maybe that's something special. We doubt it, but you know, sometimes. Dryads are coming. Slow and Dispel online. Panda and Brewmaster gets a good chunk of XP here, not killing the Rock Golem. Oh, there we go. Mana Potion would of course be the dream. Gets it.
This is a great state for Life. He's going to be so happy with this. He keeps the undead from creeping for a very long time. With only the demon, he is already level 3, does have the boots. Telestaff would be super safe mode in case he gets surrounded to not have to use the TP. And the Panda does have a greater mana and not almost level 3, but he's getting there. And he should be able to reach it as well before Frenzy is done.
I totally agree. 1-0 a little defensive here, creeping the Murlocs without the Lich being there, so only experience for the Death Knight. It's gonna be hard for him to get the... Ah, the Lich was there, but he was out of range anyway, so... Waiting for the Orb of Corruption, tier 3 hits. This is a timing, like, Lich is out, Orb is available. This, I think it was on purpose.
Yeah, but you could have had him sooner without any downside.
No, well, it was focusing on the DK creeping. Oh, here comes Life, catches the first Nova. He saw it through this ward.
That's actually about giving perfect information once again. Positioning them outside the undead base. And no expansion for Life. This is oftentimes a play that we would see with such aggressive positioning. And yeah, he's doing such a good job. Draining these undead heroes of mana. 1 mana burn and they're going to be totally dry. And there it is. And now the undead certainly can't fight.
Yeah, with the DK being that low, the statues are there to replenish.
Oh, this might be a TP forced.
DK is in trouble, and more hits coming. Where's the TP? He's not using it. He's so greedy. Oh, the Demon Hunter though on the other side. The Lich is doing crazy damage. Is there a coil in 10 seconds? There is, but he can't follow it up. Surround on the bear. Maybe can he fall? Oh, mana burn! Not getting the hidden rejuvenation. That bear died for his hero. Oh, actually gets away.
Actually gets away. Demon DK out of mana, ultra low HP. The demon close to dying there, but he's gonna have reju and he's gonna have an expansion soon as well.
The mana burn was so important to keep the DK low and not enabling him to coil the Demon Hunter, despite the rejuvenation would have been very, very dangerous. Life expands. He knows how far ahead he is.
And this Lich only level 1, and can he really solo creep? Not so sure. But he's going to go over. He didn't see the expansion. It's a very, very predictable play, so he's going to cancel it in production. Life is going to be slightly annoyed by this, but at the same time, he gets to creep his opponent's camps.
That's true. And the second big consumable. Consumable is always good for undead. And he gets... Scroll of the Beast. Okay. Not that great. Will be sold, but it's still not on the undead side. Renegade Wizard going down. Lionheart was storming 1-0. Not that lucky. Despite the close of attack and the 1 mantle that he found. Lightning Shield did pretty good damage. Lich not that close to level 2. But with the level 5 enforcers, that's gonna help.
Interesting that he prioritizes intelligence on his DK, whereas most undeads would prefer the damage on the Lich.
Yeah, he has the Metal of Intelligence on him as well.
Yeah, I know. And now, more and more creeping for the Panda. He is level 3, getting closer to 4, and once he gets 4 and maybe even 5, this guy dishes out so much damage, especially with mana potions. Finding the belt, never wrong. More HP to survive against the undead nuke. But now in the main base, the Night Elf is taking quite a bit of damage. One building has been cancelled, and now the shop dies as well. That's finally the level 2 for the Lich.
And the surround on the Demon Hunter. The bear might be able to get him out of there. The damage is real. And yeah, he walks out with rejuvenation next to the Moonwell. It's not the perfect position for a surround there at all. Dryad's coming in. Massive damage. Swaps over the TP and escapes. But finally, Life gets that scroll out of the inventory for the undead. Not by killing the ghoul as well. So, Worm transition already finished. The first one is high up in the air. 1,000 gold for the best undead in the world. 200 for Life, who's still at 50 food.
Has a sentry ward now, by the way, at his expansion, so the Shade has a bit of a harder time. Of course, Shade very annoying to deal with for Night Elves.
It was really important for 1-2-0 to kill the expansion, otherwise it's going to be really hard to get enough fiends against the hippogriffs that are coming up. Now, without double income, Life is fighting uphill a little bit. The solution is expansion and then hippogriff transition. Not possible at the moment. The position is not that great for 1-0. The trees are not close enough. Now they are.
It's 4 bears, only 1 worm to deal with them. He's gonna start slowing them down now. One shot, everything is slow. This is why this unit is so good against Night Elf.
He's taking quite some hits. There are coil, yes, 2 of them. And he gets the ghoul for free.
Of course, ghouls, not really that reliable against a panda. They die very, very quickly. From the main, we see the second worm coming in now. This might be the timing that 120 is looking for, who still has a lot of money to spend. Probably going to be a Tinker here. Third, Pit Lord.
What?
Is that a misclick? It's not next to the Tinker, so it shouldn't be. Never seen this before.
Maybe the hotkeys are next to each other, but what's he going to do? I mean, Howl of Terror. Howl of Terror is nice against hippos for sure. And
against bears as well. And the Dryads, they can't dispel it constantly.
He has to bring wisps against this all the time. Whoa, next level shit by 120.
Alright, a new meta, maybe. Let's first see how well this works. DK almost level 4. Expansion, about 2/3 done.
Shade sees this now, saw the army. 0-0. How many hippogriffs do we have? Ooh, life causes a timeout here.
Seems to be suffering from ping issues a little. The bears here are not in a very good position. They are trickling in one by one. They're gonna start getting slowed down here. And the Pit Lord is of course an amazing tank in the front lines. And here we go, Howl of Terror is gonna get quickly dispelled, but what about the second round of Howl? DK is far in the back. He's not getting burned, staying out of range of the demon. Well done. The Pit Lord now in slight bit of trouble himself, but he can die. He's only level 1 hero. Doesn't matter too much. And the Frost Worm's still alive, high up in the air. Only 2 bears are left. The Demon Hunter finally reaches to get close to the DK, but he still hasn't burned him. And now all the mana on the DK is really paying off. He hasn't eaten a single burn. So much heal from all those coils.
The position of the DK is so defensive, really well. He gets an entire level up on the Pit Lord, and now the Panda's in trouble. This is a forced TP for sure. Drunken Head Breath of Fire, though, well done. It's burning now, but he doesn't get the kills, and it is a forced TP. Life losing that fight. 58 supply versus 40 now, but the expansion is up. Not running yet, but up. The pressure must continue.
Yeah, and the DK had so much heal to work with that fight. Now he's almost out of mana, and the Frost Worms are already injured.
It's true. Statues are working overtime, both of them. Really interesting how he plays this game against life, with a different DK micro, with this Pit Lord, double worm early on. More and more fiends and statues here. And ghouls are coming.
That Pit Lord. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan. The Dryads, are they out of mana now? Not really, so they can still master the spell. He is, if the spells might not be that good, he certainly is a great tank. You can't take that away from him.
Here we go. No Abomination, but the normal damage is still good. The Pit Lord is zoning out a bit, creating some distance between them. Level 3 on the Panda. No items for him. Demon Hunter as well. No TP, no invul, just staff.
Hippos 2, 3, but all webbed and almost all killed off already. He hasn't had the time to get to critical mass, but he has found the time to drain the DK's mana, who has no more coils. One of the Frost Worms will be micro to the back. The second one is also surviving, gets a few more shots in, but this might be a lot of experience coming the Night Elf's way very soon. The Frost Worms to the back. He needs to keep them alive, but when the Night Elf is chasing, when life is chasing, he's losing so much in the meantime. Finally gets one. He needs the other one as well, and he might be getting it. He will, but what does he have left? Well, at least one bear and his heroes, of course. The archers, though, are easy fodder. And this might not be enough ground army left for the Night Elf.
The Howl of Terror is working great this time, but he loses 2 worms anyway and another fiend. Will he get this fiend for free? Yeah, he has to deny it. There is not even one single Nova. There's no coil. There's... Okay, Howl of Terror is available, yeah. 3 statues once again have to heal up. There's 3 damage on the tree now. 2 ghouls remaining. And they are very important in this position now. Demon Hunter level 4.3. He can't do anything against it. Catches the Coil Nova, and the Tree of Life is down.
Alright, can he maybe win a fight here? The Panda and the Demon getting higher and higher levels, both at 4. But he's gonna lose another Hippo here for basically free. This is
that block against the Demon Hunter.
There's a staff on the Panda, and he will use it. And that's always the danger about Hippos. If you get to like 7, 8, yes, they are very strong. But if you're always only at 2 to 3, they can get webbed and be made obsolete so fast. 48 supply though only for WFZ. It's not like he's going to be able to, for 1 to 0, excuse me. Not like he's going to be able to run over his opponent here immediately. And Life is feeling pretty confident here, chasing across the map.
Double invul potion on the undead side, one heal scroll as well. Still not a single item for the Night Elf. He does get this fiend though. No, coil is there.
The bear's not in master. It's time to morph, my friends. He wants to use rejuve before, I guess. Here we go. But now, just melting away without the master form. And now all of this army has roared. There's not enough Dispel to deal with this. And it seems like Life might be coming back in this game after losing his expansion. What an unusual sight.
He's focusing the fiend so hard, man. It's crazy. He kills one after another, sacrificing the bears for it. Demon Hunter on the chase the entire time. There's no frost armor. Does he want to deny again? No experience on the Demon Hunter. 4.6 already on him. Level 4 on the Panda as well. And the Drunken Haze is hitting the fiends also very, very hard. Dryads now there. No target for the Destroyer. Another Hippogriff is in. And as you can see, there's no fiend at all. The Hippogriffs are free to reign.
Does have the slow of the Black Citadel. He's just looking at them. He can't shoot. The Pit Lord can't shoot up. And these heroes, these armies are trading all the time, getting experience on all of them. And how well is a Pit Lord really gonna scale? Tinker's actually pretty good with levels. So is a Naga. But a Pit Lord?
Level 6 is obviously awesome.
If we see level 6 here, this will be one hell of a game.
I smell a surprise here. 1-2-0 was the big, big, big favorite for everybody. For you at home, for people here at the location, and for the bookmakers as well.
Advantage here for the undead. He has the shade scouting the army. He's like, huh, well, you're not going any bears at all. And then he can adjust and not go any frost rims. He already has one though, that was produced before. But now he can go for the right army comp in response.
Abominations already, that's the reaction to the bears. And of course, if you don't go air units, then the Hippogriffs are completely obsolete. He goes to the shop, finally. That's going to be an invo potion on the Demon Hunter. Staffing out the Dryad. I think Life's in a good position now. Supply 10 food behind though. DK is closing in on 5.
The two might be fighting over this red camp now. This undead army though doesn't have much damage if you can't use magic damage, so this might take a while.
Lich is very helpful with that. No damage reduction anymore, but Demon Hunter comes in, no invis potion or anything, so he's visible, and his presence alone already should deny this camp. 1-2-0 is continuing, and here comes the Night Elf.
Eats the Nova, eats the slow. Hippos are getting webbed. We again have only 3 of them, but only 1 is getting webbed. Here comes the next few webs. Mana-wise, the undead is not looking too good. No coil at the moment. No Nova anymore. And the Pit Lord in trouble. He's pretty tanky, but he can get run down. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire hitting pretty well.
No coil. Might be forced to use the heal scroll. The Hippogriffs again able to attack the air units. 2 fiends seems not to be enough. The Dryads do a great job at slowing, and the Demon Hunter finishes them off. It's really good play by Life the entire time to create space for those hippos.
Doing a very good job of it. And these frost rims, are they the best choice? There's barely any bears. There's a single bear in this Night Elf army. These frost rims seem to be not the perfect solution, whereas the Dryads are hardly being touched at all, and the undead has to retreat, having lost 1 frost rim. The DK almost surrounded.
Almost surrounded. 2 invo potions still left, but the army is suffering. He leaves the heroes alone, and that's a good choice. He barely makes any experience here. No progress on the DKs. Yeah, as I said, so close to level 5. Finally, he's able to pick them up. So the next worm about to die. The hippo is so strong. Is he strong enough?
Oh, 1 more hit would do it, or maybe 2. Oh, he's not killing him. The Destroyer actually kills him. And now the Night Elf pressing forward into the undead base. The Dryads want to find the kills. Has the invul to survive. Is he maybe overextending here? Level 5 for the DK. Doesn't have the mana for a coil at the moment. This bear might be getting lost behind. No. There's gonna be a staff. But now the demon can't get staffed himself, but there is an invul for him as well. But the frost worm on the chase getting healed up quite a bit with the level 3 coil. The Dryad's looking for the kill again, but now exposing themselves perhaps to all these fiend shots. First one dies. Invul about to end. Reju is running. Where's the Destroyer to dispel it? Doesn't have one, can't use the dispel.
The next worm, he's luring into the base again. There was the heal scroll, saves him for now with 1 HP. Unbelievable. Is he overextending again? This is so risky. The invul is off. Staff is off cooldown though, so he can't staff out the Demon Hunter. If he so desires, he does.
He lost the frost room right there. The last hit before the staff out killed him. Can he kill this bear? There's no mana for Nova, no mana for Coil. Main gold mines have expired. He's blocking this bear though with the Pit Lord. This should be the kill on the Druid, and it will be. Level 5, no, level 4 for the Lich.
This is the closest Night Elf Undead game that I've seen in months.
Yeah.
Main gold mines, empty. 1-2-0, no income. Tree of Eternity, no Nature's Blessing. It will take forever for him to walk over. 53 gold for the Night Elf, 300 still for 1-2-0. What's he going to do with that money? Breaking Upkeep is of course a possibility. He should be doing it.
Life is playing this so well, man.
Oh, this is gonna be an all-in. He sells the Black Citadel.
Life is playing this so well. Weaving in and out all the time with the Demon Hunter. It's the perfect way of using him. Burn the mana as much as you can before the real fight starts. And still, the DK, no Coil, the Lich, no Nova. The Pit Lord, he hasn't used Howl, it seems like in a long time. It just gets dispelled anyways.
No, I used it when the fight started, at least once.
And again,
when he was in range of the Hippogriffs. It works quite good.
Life moving in again. Doesn't have Frost Rings anymore, so hard now to control these heroes and these bears. And more fiends seem to be on the menu. Next Frost Storm's coming in now. But there is a few Dryades here to deal with them. Not many Dryades though, to be honest. As the bears, again, this magic damage is still very severe. There's a heal scroll on the DK, not using it to save the fiend. And that's the last fiend down. Now hippos are really strong again. Of which, however, we are not seeing any at the moment. Remember, there is no gold income. Neither of the player can afford to lose a hero. Maybe the Pit Lord, he's not too important, perhaps. But the Panda can't die. Is there a staff to save him? No! The Undead realizes the weakness and Life taking such a big risk. Why didn't he hang back with his tree? He loses the second hero. Can the Demon Hunter find a kill, get to level 6? Can that be his saving grace? Trying to get the Frostworm. He has the slow, he has the orb, he has the damage, but there are trees here.
Doesn't have the range, man, and he's lacking an Infi, not Infi, Life calls for the GG, and 1-2-0. He was struggling really hard in this game, but at the end, Life throws it a bit away. That was his game to take, I feel. By the way, the Destroyer dispelled the Hall of Terror to get mana as well, but crazy game. Life is up there. Life has good ideas. Life has great control.
Yeah, he played this really well.
Yeah. The decision making was a little off at points, at times, but
he was always like having involves and TPs for safety mechanisms. But then when there was no more gold income, obviously he couldn't get them, and he still decided to be so aggressive, moving across there, and 1-2-0 realizing how vulnerable the Panda was.
Yeah.
And once he's dead, it's over.
One mistake against 1-2-0 and you die, basically. Or one bigger mistake. The favorite prevails so far. But now, Life's map choice. And maybe he has a plan for another map. This was a fairly good Night Elf map, I'd say.
Yeah. Not a bad one. I'm very impressed with Life. I was not a believer. I thought this was going to be an easy 2-0 for 1-2-0, but not the case at all. He forced everything out of 1-2-0 to win that game. It was so often so close. Remember how many worms he saved with like 10 HP? If he kills a couple more of those, Panda gets level 5, and then the game's probably over.
Yes.
All right, now it's his map choice though. Terrana Stand, if it's still in, is most likely going to be it, but I don't believe that this was not vetoed. And Twisted Meadows is instead the choice. That shows me a lot of confidence from Life, because many Night Elves actually veto it against Undead, because it can be super hard just to complete the first creep camp. And then where you go from there. But Life says, nah, dude, you know, I'm feeling fine the early game. I'm not afraid of you, so we can go here.
Yeah, the Demon Hunter control was really good, and I think he should be confident after the group stage where he dominated. And this game, I think, was one of the Night Elves that brought 1-2-0 to defeat the closest.
Yeah.
So those two players are where is it here? They actually only met once recently, and that was Todd's Ting Invitation, according to Warcraft3.info. And that was a 4-2 win for 1-0, but I remember those games were also pretty close and clutch. Could have gone the other side. It was a semi-final back then.
One thing we have to point out about AZ though is, in the mid game he was carried super hard by his level 3 Demon Hunter.
Yeah.
And that is unlikely to be easily achieved on Twisted Meadows, which is going to be coming up soon.
Yeah, Twisted Man. It's really an interesting choice, I think.
Also, it looks like he likes playing the panda, and if you get space to creep up,
Yeah, he's gonna be
Twisted,
super strong.
you can find so many amazing items like Khadgar's Gem of Health, Mana Pendant, all sorts of great items for a panda on this map. And yeah, 1-0 already showed that he doesn't necessarily have to play it too aggressively. Took a long time until he really was looking for fights, basically until only once he had Frostworms.
Yeah, I'm still curious why the Lich was so late. I don't really agree with this. With the Lich,
Yeah.
we have a lot more damage.
And he was low level for so long.
Yeah, and
Also the Pit Lord, I am not convinced that that's a very good choice. I think the Tinker's better. They don't even have the Pit Lord ready here. They put in a Dreadlord. That's not quite right. At least he was better than a Dreadlord. Dreadlord would have been.
do you know the
absolutely
mechanics? If you
awful. Dispel the
no,
howl
no,
to
no,
get mana?
if you have the Orb of Corruption on the Pit Lord and then cleave, does it apply? No, right? It doesn't apply to the area of effect.
I think at least in Dota, cleave is not affected by armor. But I don't know.
No,
I mean, cleave is so bad, doesn't matter.
but the debuff does not apply to the units that are hit by the area of effect.
No, I don't
I've
think so.
never
No.
tried that.
No, the orb was on the Lich anyways, of
Yeah,
course.
but I mean, just
No,
theory crafting
I
a bit, that
I
would be
don't think
sick.
so. That would be funny, man.
Yeah, but the damage would do it, right? Because you can attack air with orb.
What do you mean?
Would there be area of effect damage against air units?
No.
No?
Uh-uh.
Oh, then the orb is pretty bad on the Pit Lord.
Maybe a little better on the Lich. Yeah, cleave, one of the worst skills in the game, along with Farsight and Mana Shield. That's not why you get the Pit Lord.
Okay. So we're waiting for the game to start and the Chinese players to show us their greatness once again. Life has only participated in one GCS in history, and he was eliminated in the group stage by Lin with his 2-0. That was last time at GCS Fall. And he had to go through all 4 qualifiers to qualify for this, man. In the first qualifier, he was eliminated by Fly. Then it was Remind in the group stage. He didn't qualify for the third qualifier. And then he won the last one, though, in the final 3-0 against Shishi.
Yeah, making it far now, though.
I asked Farsight before the game, what are the odds for life? Farsight said 30%. It's not really good, but I think Farsight is a big fan of 1-2-0, and it's really hard to get a positive result. I think only
against Night Elf, it's just too crazy.
Only TH has a good result for him against him. And Fly, actually.
Speaking of TH, he is going to be coming up next. That's going to be our last game of the first round upper bracket playoffs. We are soon to be halfway through the day. We're going to have 6 matches today. This is our third match. After our upper bracket, we're going to have the first round of the lower bracket. We hope you enjoy these games as much as we do, and we hope you tune in tomorrow as well. Of course, today is Sunday, so all the Europeans going to be easier to tune in today than it is tomorrow. On Monday, and then on Tuesday, this tournament will be concluding.
Yeah. It's a little later, though, than usual, tomorrow and the day after. So maybe you come back from work and can catch a few games. TM, still interesting.
And if you miss the stream, of course, you can always check out our YouTube, where we upload them as quickly as possible. youtube.com/back2warcraft. And here he is, really against the ropes in the first game, but like him and Happy, it's crazy from which positions these guys come back from.
Yeah, against Night Elf, it's absolutely fantastic. So, a little switch to life. He has to win this now, or he will end up with Fly and Joshishi in the lower bracket. Ugri said he wanted 2 Night Elves to be eliminated today. Of course, not Foggy, but looking good for his prediction or his wish so far.
On that shirt, the NetEase logo is not upside down. Do they like stick that on?
I don't know, man.
I wonder why. All right, here we go. It is time to hop into map number 2, Twisted Meadows. This is the Night Elf map choice. I think this is pretty ballsy. it can be tough to find the experience. And the experience is vital on the Demon Hunter, at least for level 3. That guy carries you to the late game. And if you want to play a Panda, even more so. So Life, not the aggressive Rudan and Remind style, seems to be more comfortable with a bit of a slower game. Panda, expansion, creeping, all of that. And if there's a good map for that, that would be, of course, Twisted Meadows. We have, in the undead base, is this a fast altar? There is this strat where you can skip the first Acolyte to go for super fast ghouls and DK. But then you're going to be harvesting a little less gold for a little while. And that's oftentimes going to be chosen on Twisted because, again, it can be very hard for the demon to take out the first creep camp with the undead playing aggressively.
All right, we have, by the way, before this game goes deeper, a new sub that is Vanilla67. Thank you very much for all the things you do in the Warcraft scene. Big admin for ESL. The important 13th month, indeed, man, 13 month Vanilla. Thank you. And Silania Ikea, 10 euros for us. What's going on with donations? Go, folks. Thank you very much for the contribution. And now we go into the game. It is a Demon Hunter, no crazy Czech-esque Warden play. It is tried and true Demon Hunter. I think Life only surprised me once with a Warden, like in all matchups. Apart from that, it's only Demon Hunter, big relationship. I feel like when Night Elf players are breaking out, and have their breakout performances, there's always a Demon Hunter, with the exception of Laliat, of course. Like for War Chief it was the same, for Colorful it's the same now, for Life it's the same.
If you want to play a Warden consistently well, you just have to know her inside and out. Like she can be so hit or miss. Whereas Demon Hunter, you know, he's always solid. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, and his level 6 is also not that bad. Null Overseer, is the ghoul gonna be able to see that? Should of course never happen. He's trying to buy the time here for the DK to arrive. The Null is walking away. Uh-oh, he gets it. Oh, he almost got it.
That would have been disastrous early game for Life, but the Demon Hunter and the Warglaives, they kill the Null and therefore the experience. Again, aggressive 1-0 in the early stages. He's not waiting for... they're not waiting for more ghouls.
And the first nice move of Life here with the Wisp block coming in may not even have been necessary, but with it easily takes out the ghoul. First blood once again being spilled by the Night Elf, as it was also the case on our first map. However, a Wisp was the trade for this 2 Wisps, in fact. That's a little sloppy. The first one got denied, or yeah, detonated and denied the experience with it. He's gonna lose another one across the map. What is he doing? He's busy with the Demon Hunter, keeping the ghouls from creeping. Alright, that's a decent excuse, but still he has lost 3 Wisps so far, and now he starts stacking.
It's not that great. Not that great early in the... Amazonia definitely was way better for him. T2 has started for 1-0 as well. The school was just sent back. And yeah, he didn't kill the Null Wardens because of the pressure of the Death Knight. Still 3 charges of Rod of Necromancy.
Of course, without the ghouls, it's basically impossible to kill these archers unless Life slips in concentration, which he did a little bit with the Wisps, but the archers will remain alive. So, Life, he wants to creep as quickly as possible for level 3. This is where he hits his first big power spike. The DK looks like he could almost be surrounded there by 3 archers. 4 archers now, that's quite a few. And, alright, might be losing. The first archer here, a little slow to micro her back. Is she gonna make it to the Moonwells? It's a dramatic chase, but I think she is not gonna see the light of day.
Frostmourne hungers. Demon Hunter has boots now and wants to return the favor on these ugly fellows. But they are very protected, swarm intelligence as it seems. This one needs to move over. Yep, and he protects his 2 brothers. Well done by 1-0, not losing a ghoul. But again, no push coming.
No narrow tower in the base as well, so this might be a rare opportunity for Night Elves to be aggressive on tier 1. There's a lot of ghouls in here though. Demon Hunter has the boots of speed, might be able to find some chase down kills. Like this one. Oh, and he gets it. Is he gonna get surrounded for this? Oh, well done. Didn't get a lot of the easy surrounds on map number 1. Gets this hard one though. Can he fight out, however? That's a lot of archer damage. He keeps it close still. Oh my god, this is so well done. Juggling the ghouls there to keep the surround closed and doesn't even lose a single one and gets the TP, and this is a big deal, especially on Twisted, where it can be hard to creep, and out of a creeping situation, out of a creep tech, you may have to TP out. doesn't have that opportunity anymore.
1-0 misses a little opportunity to pull the creeps here against the Engine of War. No, now it's too late as the skeleton expires. He sees that there's creeping going on. He sees the plans of life to finally get a level 3 Demon Hunter, but it is not possible. Again, the Hunter's Hall here up front of the Moonwell, protecting this Moonwell, but apart from that, I don't really like it. Tier 2 is finished. Tier 3 for 1-0 on the way. Slaughterhouse and Tier 3 again prioritized over the Lich.
Oh. Seems like that's his new preferred style. Alright, and again we have the Panda second. If he saw this, he could decide to go for a Naga. And he sees it now, obviously. Kind of WFZ style. When the demon is not level 3, and you see a Panda, there's a big opportunity for early game damage. But Naga really doesn't seem to be his cup of tea anymore.
Now, you said it before the game. If you get some time later on, then the Panda will be so strong in the late game with massive items, good consumables to be found, mass experience. Oh, and he chose the Naga over the Lich.
A player's forces are.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he does actually want to try to pressure this Panda. He had the Lich in queue, but cancelled him. And this was really cool. He had Invis archers in the middle, seeing the undead running past, because 1-0 was expecting him to be creeping down at the Merc camp, and then he swoops around with the heroes and creeps up the opponent's spot instead. Really cool bit of movement coming out of the Night Elf.
Now Overseers falling left and right. Second heroes creeping up to level 2. Circuit of Nobility here. DK is still level 1, man. That's a little troublesome. No coil available. Naga catches a few hits.
She will have to buy the boots of speed here if she doesn't want to take extreme damage.
But the DK can body block.
Alright. So, the undead is very low in experience, that's an issue, but also he's keeping his opponent from creeping. And the Panda obviously needs those levels, and the Demon needs level 3 as well.
But the DK needs level 3 as well.
Oftentimes, level 2
level
coil
1 is
will be
enough.
very rare.
That's true.
Tier 3 for the Night Elf, pretty fast, actually. We oftentimes see the undead further ahead. He is ahead by half attack, but that can be even more. Ghouls now moving out across the map. He would love to keep his opponent from creeping up as much as he can. And he's going to try to be aggressive even without Frenzy. These are still normal ghouls.
Panda needs this experience. Panda needs this consumable. The Dryads are helping now to zone a bit. 1-0 going for the mercenary camp as well as it seems. And the Lich will follow up. Who's going to get the better item here? Rock Golem is falling down.
This could be a big deal. Unfortunate for him. Demon still not level 3. Panda level 2 though. That's not bad.
On the other side, the Rock Golem drops an item for the undead. Show the beast as well, so it's fair.
This can be really good for Ghoul. There's no way the Dryads can dispel all of it.
That's
and
right.
a Wisp might not be there. Frenzy is not yet done. A few seconds away and the Lich isn't here either. This is a good timing for the Night Elf, trying to kill off these ghouls when they're still fairly easy to take out. But the Demon's already low. Oh, nice combo. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, only level 1, but still pretty good damage. So far, no units have died. Now the first archer falls, and the counterpart will be one of the ghouls. And this is good for life, taking them out before the timing. Another breath, another few shots, kills 2 more ghouls, and level 3 right here. This is very good for the Night Elf.
Demon Hunter was quite low, but now micros him away, runs away. Oh, almost a surround there against the Panda. He cannot afford to lose him. He doesn't have a staff. Nova against the Demon Hunter. Rejuvenation is working, but he blocks with the ghouls. Fantastic play by 1-2-0 once again. Can he get the surround for the second time? It worked like a charm in the face, but the coil is there. As you said, level 1 is sometimes enough. And the first hero for life is down. Panda has to carry now on its own, but he's down to 36 supply Lich. Massive power spike now for 1-2-0. He is up on its way to the winner bracket semi-final as it seems.
Oh, dude, and it was like 1 or 2 more seconds and he would have survived because he had Reju on him, rebuying him back. Now, he doesn't have mana burn and only half HP. He still wants to engage this. The Panda using a breath, but only level 1. That one's not too scary. He has to be careful not to get surrounded, but there's not that many frenzy ghouls left.
Some of experience, I think, and Scourge Bone Chime's also good for the ghouls.
And here we go, Scroll of the Beast now, applied on everything. There is no Abolish by the looks of it, and the bears are dwindling pretty fast. The first one actually, before that he went for the Dryads, going for more Dryads now. This Demon Hunter can't burn, can't do his job. He's supposed to deal with these heroes level 3 suddenly already on this Naga. The Fiend in trouble, but the Fiend loss doesn't matter too much. I think He should rather go for heroes, but how can he, if he is in trouble himself with the heroes, is he gonna lose one again? Demon gets away. Panda as well.
Oh, the statue wanted to block. Did you see it? It was so freaking close. Otherwise, he would be dead, most likely, with the double shots from Lich and Naga here. More experience for the undead. That is level 3 for him. Invo potion, heal scroll. He wants to seal the deal. He wants to make the final step and follow Foggy and Infi. More Dryads coming in. 36 supply only. He's living. He's hanging on to a threat.
But no mana on the DK and only one spell for the other two each. Is there a Frost Realm transition?
Boneyard transition is coming now. Yeah, Boneyard halfway there.
Still looking for more pickoffs. Of course, without Dryads, it's so hard to find any kills. Oh, Demon in trouble. There's a staff. He needs to transfer the staff. He needs to transfer the staff! And he does, and he survives. The Lich has no Nova at the moment, but the slow is working against the Panda. He, of course, he eats the Ghoul. He has still no Nova. Wasn't enough, but it might be enough with the Dark Arrow, the Cold Arrow, because the Panda's pretty slow. More and more right-clicks. Frostmourne hungers, and he gets the kill. Another hero kill going the Undead's way. And now the Bears left all by themselves. The Demon's coming in, but only half HP.
He's trying to go for the Lich. There is a coil in a bit. Oh, the damage is so high thanks to the Orb of Corruption. Demon Hunter suffering so hard. He was staffed out. He is back, but he doesn't do anything anymore. Bears is falling in the middle of the map here. It's gonna be blood in the water. Demon Hunter, what can he do? There's no item. Oh, right click by the Lich, and that's the double kill. And that is the winner bracket semi-final for the champion.
All right, turns out he was not in a position to get to the late game stage with a lot of creeping. 1-0 there. Smelling the opportunity and closing this game out early. In map number 1, on map number 1, he was really brought to the brink of defeat. Map number 2, it was a little more one-sided.
Yeah, map 2 was basically what we expected. Live playing okay, but not a real threat to 1-0. The big surprise was Amazonia here.
That was so close though. He just overstayed his welcome a little bit. And even though he did that, it only took like 1 second, one more reju tick, he would have survived. Would have all been different.
We know since WCA 2016 that sometimes 1-0 needs a little bit of time to get into a series if like you don't play one game after another, as Foggy beat him there on map 1. I think the key to beating 1-0 is winning map 1. If you don't win map 1, I think 1-0 is just too strong, and Life fell for it now in the lower brackets.
Our next match is the last one of the upper bracket for today. This will be TH versus Romantic. Most likely a human mirror, not necessarily a human mirror. TH, in the past, a long time ago, always played Night Elf in this matchup. Nowadays, though, only very rarely. I'm gonna be interested to see what he chooses here and who moves on to meet 1-0 in the semifinals of the upper bracket. After that, we have 2 more games in the lower bracket where we will be saying goodbye to 2 players and will be left with the top 6. We're halfway through the day. 3 matches done, 3 matches to go. All best of 3, of course. And yeah.
We do have a pretty big donation coming in here by Sidrian. $42.50. Thanks for great casting. Thank you very much for fulfilling our daily goal here in Shanghai. Plus 3 new subscribers. Babidi1 for 11 months. Ben Fabo for half a year. And Boswell21. Thanks for so much entertaining, he says. We thank you for your amazing contributions and have fun with the replays. We go into the 4th loser bracket semifinal, winner bracket quarterfinal. I mean, sorry, I need a break. TH versus Romantic on paper, very one-sided, but I think this is gonna be as close as it gets. The young gun Romantic coming up. So we go into a little break. Everybody is routing for TH. All right, then we'll be back in a few minutes.